Today I will tell you the secret which may change your life completely and forever. And that secret is actually not so secret. It lays on the surface, but we as people ignore the truth. We choose to ignore the truth because we don't want to change. We choose to live the life we led before. But I will tell you a secret, one of the most powerful secrets that you can imagine, that will change you. We are ruled by fear. Our lives are shaped and ruled by fear. Our civilization is ruled by fear. Our evolution is ruled by fear. Fear is number one motivator or dismotivator in our each individual's lives and as a society. But we're talking about you, an individual. So fear is number one ruler of our life. This is how we developed. We developed to be afraid of predators, of natural catastrophes, natural events, gods, religions, whatever. And this fear is what's keeps us in prison. And this fear is part of our physiology, it's part of our DNA, it's part of our mindset, it's part of our subconscious, large part of our subconscious. And people can be easily ruled through fear. Anyone who can manipulate fear can manipulate people. They can turn those people into productive force, or they can turn people into destructive mob, violent mob, just by fear. I will not tell you my story and story of my family, because we were subjected to certain experiments, psychological, by certain, let's say, bad people with bad intentions. I was able to observe for many decades how people can be literally zombified using fear and taken control of and become psychological and psychiatric zombies. It's a whole another story. I will tell you one day, because it's a 30, 40-year-old story which was lasting for 30, 40-year-olds. It's still, 30, 40 years, it's still continuing. It's irrelevant right now. It's for another video. But number one, and actually these are not my words, I put in everything I knew, everything I learned in my lifetime so far, I'm putting together right now. Okay, so our biggest demotivator is fear. And fear is what prevents us from succeeding, from enjoying life, from being powerful. Control your fear, and you will become super powerful, like a god. Almost, not like God, but like Greek gods, So, fear, the concept of fear being the emotion number one is not my concept. It's actually a concept developed by psychologists and psychiatrists. The Maslow concept, right? In the management, the triangle of Maslow. Fear is number one emotion, is the strongest emotion in humans. Fear beats hands down sexual hunger, sexual pleasure, and everything else. Fear. Fear is our enemy. You as a man, as a person, your enemy is fear. Your own fear. That's why people say you are your own enemy. because it's not what other people do to you, it's how you react to what other people do to you. Fear creates anxiety. Anxiety creates stress. Okay? Fear of not fitting in society. Fear of how neighbors will look at you. Fear of how your boss will think of you. Fear that you'll be fired from the job. Fear that you will get a ticket for doing something wrong. Fear, fear, fear. It's all fear. We spend 90% of our time being afraid of something. And that's how we put ourselves into mental prison. But fear is only our perception. Fear doesn't exist in the world. It exists only in our mind. In our personal mind, each of us. That's where fear comes from. It's really our reaction to things. It's not objective force. It's our subjective, our own subjective emotion. And that emotion keeps us at bay. And fear and anxiety create impatience. And impatience for man is deadly. Impatient men do not accomplish anything. They do not finish anything. They lose. Patience, another virtue, was something that helped us to develop our civilization. Hunting throughout the millions of years, looking for food, keeping looking for food, and finding food, and then hunting, waiting for animal, searching for animal, waiting for animal, then killing and eating animal. That's what kept us alive. But all that takes patience. The same in this real life. Everything for man, especially for man. Patience is key. Impatience turns us into sissies. Patience is a weapon, is a secret weapon. But to master your patience, you need to master your anxiety. And to master your anxiety, you need to master your fear and fears. Fear is natural emotion which helps us to survive, but at the same time it can overgrow our ability to act and freeze us, not only in real life, but in our mind. That we are afraid to change anything, that we are afraid to do new things, and it's a big problem. In my opinion, after what I've seen, most bad things people do, they do out of fear. Why criminals steal? Out of fear. They steal because they want something. They want money, but they don't have patience to go and work. So they start stealing. And like I said, impatience comes from anxiety comes from fear. That's why many criminals end up very badly, homeless or in prison, because majority of criminals, they're just impatient sissies. That's why they attack other people, because they don't respect themselves, because they fear of life, so they start attacking other people. You don't do that. If you don't fear, you already won. You're in 1% of people in the world. So let's talk about, again, our problem is impatience. That's on the surface. Every work, every task, everything in life, it's a system. Life as a system requires patience because it takes time. So our problem when we don't accomplish something or anything, depending on what, is our impatience. We start, then we stop, we do not finish things, we do not accomplish things. Impatience destroys our ability to hunt, quote unquote, in life. Impatience destroys our ability to recognize and exploit opportunities. You know, all billionaires and very rich people, they are actually patient, even if they seem impatient, but they can wait for a long time and work on things consistently for a long time, for years, sometimes for decades. That's patience. They can wait for a long time and strike when opportunity arises. That's why especially dangerous impatience is for men. We must be patient. And patience means self-discipline. Once you master patience, by mastering your fears, you master your self-discipline. You don't get emotional. You don't jump from things to things. Patience gives a man tremendous power. So you can start work on your patience, which is expression of fear. Impatience is expression of anxiety and fear. So you can start from the end. You start working on your patience. And this is how you start conquering your anxiety and conquering your fear. Now, we are getting impatient by watching TV, by watching this luxury rich people, rich things, expensive things, which makes us, which instills anxiety in us and makes us anxious and impatient because we start wanting that stuff right here, right now. I mean, we understand, and also many of us understand when you see Ferrari on television, most likely, most of us will never have Ferrari or Lamborghini or luxury penthouse somewhere in New York or in London or a multi-million-dollar yacht. Most of us will never have it. And that makes us fear for some reason and anxious and impatient because we want that stuff right here, right now. And no, it takes a lot of time to get there. And it also, because of impatience and anxiety, it becomes demotivator to act. Because we understand, we're smart people, we understand that to get $10 million yacht and Ferrari and house somewhere on the beach, which costs $10 million, we understand that most likely we do not have means or ways or paths or methods to succeed, to get there, to get all this stuff. So most of the time we start thinking that we will never get there. So subconsciously, why live? Why work? Well, I'm never going to become rich. That becomes the motivator. You should not think like that. You should just ignore all that. Don't build your life about or around some rich guy or girl or riches or some toys or models or super hot supermodel that you want but you will never get. You shift your focus away. Your energy is your focus. You shift your focus away from your life, from yourself into somebody or something else. Don't get envy. Envy is making us sick, basically. Become like a hunter in life. Okay? Become patient. Observe things. Build your life around you, not around things, not around other people, around you, yourself. You must be centered. You must be the center of your own universe. And you can try just little exercise. You can stand up right now, not sit down. You can sit down, but I suggest you stand up. Now stand on your feet. Stand up and stand on your feet. Your feet a little bit apart where your shoulders are, okay? and just feel your power standing on the ground. Just feel you're standing firmly on the ground. That's a start. Now you can look around. That's a start. You are a man. You are a hunter. You are a predator, in a good sense. Okay? And you're firmly standing on the ground. That's all it takes. You don't need Ferrari to stand firmly on the ground. You don't need millions of dollars or billions to stand firmly on the ground. You don't need approval from everybody around to stand firmly on the ground. It's between you and God. That's what actual Kabbalah says. The Hebrew Kabbalah says it's all your life is a relationship between you and God. The same with Buddhism. Nothing else and everything else is perception. It's only you and God, you and universe. So you stand up, and stand firmly on the ground. You're a man. Doesn't matter what your age is. That's your position in life. Stand firmly on the ground. If everything fails, everything, business, work, job, family, relationship, divorce, stand up on the ground and just stand for yourself. That's your position in life as a man. Okay? You can also sit down and relax and calm down. That's another thing you can do. Pretty much, that's only 2 stages in life. You're standing on the ground, ready to do something, ready to defend yourself, ready to attack, ready to or just observing, or you're sitting down or lying down and relaxing. That's it. You're standing up and doing something, you're lying down, relaxing. That's really, you have really 2, positions in life. 2 emotional states in life. You either do something or you relax. You either do something or you relax. That's all. That's really what you do in your life. So, now, when you're standing up, quietly, observing, you can calm down your mind. Calm down your mind by ignoring your thoughts. No millions of thoughts. Ignore millions of thoughts. Because as Indian yogis say, thoughts bring anxiety, worries. Thoughts bring questions, questions bring worries. Worries bring anxiety, anxiety brings fear that you will not accomplish anything, that you will fail or something else. No thoughts. Thoughts come from subconscious. This is called meditation. Absence of thoughts is called meditation. Because thoughts bring worries, worries bring anxiety. Thoughts bring questions. I'm trying to recall how Yogi said. Thoughts bring questions, questions bring anxiety, anxiety brings fear. All right? So calming yourself down is the first thing you need to do. The first thing you need to do is calming yourself down by ignoring everything else around. Okay? Because calming down will give you 1,000,000 times more than worrying. Worrying is not going to help you. Calming yourself down will help you. And it will make you more powerful than everything together. Than all those millions, Ferraris and everything. Just calming yourself down will give you more than anything else. It will make you very, very powerful. Because when you calm down, you can absorb and think more straight. And when you think more straight, you can recognize opportunity and pursue them and take advantage of them. Or you can escape dangers. When you calm down, you can recognize dangers and avoid them. That's why you need to be calmed down. Because our modern way of life literally takes your brain away, your mind away. You don't have time to think about yourself, for yourself. You always think about something else. driving a car, buying insurance, taking a tram, I don't know, bus, work, job, home, paying your bills, paying your energy bills, pleasing your boss, making sure you don't cross a red light or something like that. Yes, it's important within society, but it takes our mind power away, chip by chip, chips away, piece by piece. So you need time for yourself to calm yourself down. Now, especially be careful with women, because women can affect our emotions as a man. Also fear of not getting a woman. Of you like woman, you want woman, not getting her is a great source of stress for most men. In fact, half of all bad things or stupid things men do is because they cannot get from specific woman what they want, or they cannot get her, or they cannot get approval of her, or whatever it is. So, ignore. Just fucking ignore. Okay? It's the only relationship between you and the universe. Because men, women can destroy men, especially women we cannot get can destroy men. Okay? Don't chase women. Like that guy says on the YouTube, I forgot his name, chase excellence. Well, chase your healthy mental state over everything else. And do not worry about other men. We naturally fear other men, or we're naturally inclined to try to seek approval of other men because we're tribal, because out of fear of dangers. So we're either afraid of other men, dark in the night, you see a dude walking in front of you, towards you. Yes, that's fear. That's healthy fear, but be careful with that. And same with other things, something doesn't work out, you try to find some other man who can help you. Well, it's natural, but don't expect too much of other people, because they also have their own fears and worries. They also have their families to take care of and so on. So, dude, you're pretty much on your own. If you realize that you're on your own, nobody can help you, then when somebody helps you, it will be a pleasant surprise. And life will become full of pleasant surprises when you don't have no expectations of life. So you don't worry about other men. You don't feel envy. Do not feel envy. Don't be envious. Oh, that feeling, that worm of envy really makes men weak. We look at other people and we envy them, and it really makes you a little man. But you don't want to be a little man, you want to be a big man in your mind, for yourself. Big man. Don't envy other men. First of all, you don't know how they got there. You don't know what they sacrificed to get there. Okay? You don't know, maybe they actually have sacrificed more than they achieved. It's possible. And when you envy, you focus your energy, you start shifting your energy toward other people, toward those men. Don't get envy, don't have this dark envy. Have this, what they call light envy. Envy, I try to learn from those men if you can, talk to them and get acquainted with them and ask them questions and listen to what they say. Just don't interrupt when they talk. Listen to what they say. And look at them periodically and say, thank you, interesting, cool, all right? Don't get envy. Envy is envy is, is feeding on your fear. And envy is feeding your fear again. Because you start having thoughts, then you start getting anxious, anxiety, fearful, impatient. Oh my God, I am a failure. This guy is this guy now, I am that. Don't. Do not feel anger or hate. Especially hate. Sometimes you can feel angry, it happens. But you must learn how to control your anger. Your anger destroys your neural connection in your brain. It literally destroys you physically and you'll start. Anger leads to fear, and anger often comes from fear. Now, don't feel hate. You may dislike someone. I have people or categories of people I dislike, I detest, but they don't exist for me. They just don't exist for me. I don't hate them. They don't exist for me. I don't respect them. Because hate also shifts your energy and focus away from positive things, from building, from you stop absorbing the world around you. You start focusing only on that person. Again, I've seen this play by professional psychologists and psychiatrists and use and exploit anger and hate against people, against themselves, and take control over people. This is how they control you, by these emotions. Anxiety, fear, anger, hate. They instill hate in you, and so on. And when somebody is pushing something on you, any ideology, any propaganda, it's also for the same reason. To instill anger, to instill hate, to take control over you. Ignore all that. It's only you and universe, only you and God. Don't let anyone manipulate you with anything. So be cold-blooded as robot or snake. Do meditations, it's okay. It's a good thing. The problem with mammals, and we are mammals, we are too emotional because our subconscious is so developed and powerful. But it is developed and it is powerful. And by learning how to control your fear and your emotions, especially your negative emotions, and yourself, you can control your subconscious and you can become very, very powerful, man. You can see things other people don't see because they just cannot see them, and you will see them, and you'll be surprised. You will recognize such patterns in life, which I do. I sometimes shock myself. You can predict the future, literally. You can predict how people will react. You can predict what people will happen. Not necessarily this will bring you a lot of money, because money is a made-up concept. But in real life, you can avoid a lot of dangers, and you can achieve a lot of interesting things. And it will be interesting to see you can break out of this matrix where they keep us, where fear keeps us. So problem with mammals, they are too emotional. But mastering your control over your emotions by controlling fear and anxiety will make you feel like a powerful god. By the way, I've seen people I know who went to a psychologist or psychiatrist, just normal people, working people. They took some pills which reduce anxiety, for example. Not antidepressants. There are some different pills for that. I didn't take them, I don't know, but I know people who did it. People I personally know for many, many years. It really helped them to succeed by reducing anxiety, reducing fear. Some of them truly succeeded. I know a dentist who was complete failure. He spent a couple of years on these pills. He's doing great. He's making like $1,000 a day now. And he told, it's a friend of mine, he told, I know him for like 25, 30 years. He told me, yes, thanks to these pills. But what he didn't tell me, and what I understand now, those pills helped him to reduce fear, anxiety, and helped him to be more focused on accomplishing things, on doing things, and enjoying life and succeeding. So you should understand you don't need a 10-room house. You just need a place to sleep and relax and recharge and think. And most importantly, think straight. You need a place to sleep, your little cave. That's why there is the old man's cave concept. You need a little cave where you feel a little bit more secure because it has walls. So you don't need a huge house. You don't need a huge car. You need that little cave where you come. Everything is a little bit comfortable. No need for golden toilets and stuff like that. Nice bed to sleep, good bed to sleep, pretty much. And good fridge to store your food. And place to cook. That's pretty much all you need. So you just need to relax, sleep, recharge, think, and go about your life. You don't need Ferrari. You just need clean operating car that does not break down every week and looks clean and alright and neat and drives you around if necessary. Or if there is public transportation in your city, you don't need a car. You can have good public transportation, use it. Okay? Because car actually ties you up to a certain place, to parking, insurance, fees, dealing with, traffic and stuff like that. So if there is a public transportation, car is liability. You know that, right? It's freedom. On one hand, it's freedom. On the other hand, it's liability. So you have to make a judgment. You don't need that promotion on the job. You don't need to fight with other people over promotion. Oh, it's a waste of time and resources. You need a skill or a set of skills which you can master so much that your employer will want you. You as a professional, as a skilled professional, may get paid more than some managers because you master a skill which everybody else is lacking, but you possess it, you have it, you are so good that you can demand your salary. You don't need promotion. You need money to live. You know what I'm saying? In the end, you need money which you can invest and do something else. And also you need freedom, and those skills give you freedom. You can tell your employer, go do yourself and move to another employer who will offer you better opportunities. Yeah, because all this talks about friendship and stuff, yes. I do have people with whom I work, like I consider them my bosses. I work independently, but I work with those people for so many years now, 15 years, longer. And I already achieved something with them. I achieved their trust. Okay? I achieved they treat me well because I can work from home in any location in the world, pretty much making my own schedule. Yes, I sacrifice some money because I don't want to be in the office. It's not my thing. I'm not a robot. I just can't. Although it's a good thing to be in the office because you communicate with people. But in my situation, I have also health issues. I can't sit in the office 8 hours a day. I just can't. All right? I have a lot of things in my life going on, unfortunately. But I can work from home. It's a big deal, and they trust me, and they know I will do the job because I'm already skilled. I don't like my profession, but I'm skilled. I have certain skills which they recognize because my profession is not transferable. It's very hard to change a job, but I developed a relationship with these people. So when I needed help, I called one of them, and he immediately helped me. I was stuck in one of the large cities in Europe, and I needed help to get out. I ran out of money, of everything. I called that person. The person immediately helped. And I was on my way within half an hour because I worked with that person for many years. And I was doing a lot of good things for that person. Okay? Because I just mastered certain skills. And yes, that person needs those skills. So you don't need a promotion. I'm not manager. I was manager on my own business, but I'm not manager right now. I don't need it. I need money. That's what you need. Don't need a promotion. You need a skill which will make you invaluable, and you can be master of your own career and sought after professional. See how these wrong perspectives and the perceptions and wrong priorities imprison us, okay? They imprison us because we think wrong way. We get stuck in one place. We get dependent on somebody because of wrong perceptions. Like this, oh, you want to be manager in that firm, so you're going to sleep and eat there. But then other people also want to be managers there, and they will be staying there long, and they will be sleeping and eating and also kissing bosses' ass better than you. And these priorities imposed on us by marketing and political propaganda, by consumerism, for example. You have to buy this, you have to buy that, and so on. So free yourself from that. Free yourself from that. Again, it all comes from fear. Fear that your boss will not make you promotion. Boss will not give you a raise. Boss will not like you. Your spouse will not like you. Your spouse will not approve. Your neighbor will not approve. Well, you have to treat other people with respect. That's absolutely sure. But do not fear. Fear makes us do stupid things, because out of fear comes anger and hate. We fear some people, we start hating them, we get angry with them, we may become violent and stupid and do stupid things. Again, it all comes down to fear. Everything in our lives is ruled by fear. So free yourself from that. They make you feel fear about everything, not fitting into anything, not fitting into common trends. Free from that. Break out from the matrix. It's okay to make mistakes, as long as your mistakes don't hurt other people. You have to think. That's why you have brain, mind. Do not bash yourself. Become better. Trust me, I have a friend who used to manage billions of dollars for Wall Street. He made mistakes, but he is very smart. He said, listen to me. Listen, don't bash yourself or anything. There will always be other people to do it for you. So there will be always somebody who will bash you for something. So don't bash yourself. Okay? Just get better. Like from this Billions movie, right? Billions series. Don't kiss my ass. Just get better. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. Enjoy surroundings. It's beautiful. Go hiking. Go to the sea. Go to the forest. Trust me, I have a very difficult life. I literally have enemies extremely powerful. You wouldn't believe on what level. You wouldn't, looking at me, you would never think I have such a powerful enemies, but I inherited them from my family members who were very powerful themselves. I did not inherit millions, although they had millions and millions of dollars, but I inherited their enemies. And it's a whole another story. And trust me, I know so much about being hunted, okay, professionally, and ridiculed and everything else. Trust me, I know so much. You wouldn't believe. I know more than half of intelligence agencies around the world about all these methods. So if I'm telling you this, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Enjoy yourself. Be in peace with yourself. Do not fear society. Be just part of it, but be above it. Do not fear society. Do not fear much. Your fear is designed only to protect you from getting killed or getting into trouble or getting into danger. That's all your fear was designed to be. But unfortunately, somehow fear became such a large part of our lives, our subconscious, that it now really became the most important emotion that's ruling our society and ruling our lives and ruining our lives. So you have to understand that we go through evolution, same as our ancestors in our lifetime. So, and by the time we grow up, you know, we become, this lecture is becoming very long, but it's okay. So by the time we born, we become like monkeys 20 million years ago. We're on the same level. We want to grab everything, taste everything, touch everything. Then we become smarter. We want to eat everything. Then we go through Stone Age. We start building tools, toys, playing with toys and stuff. Then we go through a slave ownership way. We want to own every toy around, even take it from other people. That moves us into feudal society. That's our evolution as a human after we're born. Then we become industrial. We learn things. Oh, we learn how to ride motorcycle. Oh, see how this washing machine works. Oh, see how tools work. We become moving more into industrial society in our personal, individual evolution after we are born. And then we come into technological age. Oh my God, cell phone. Oh, computer, this is what it can do. Technology, blah, blah, blah. Some kids are much faster, they go through this evolutionary process much sooner. When they're 14, 15, they're already expert in computers or programmers. It's okay, you still can do it, no matter what your age. If you're 50, you still can learn it. My grandfather learned computers at 81 years old. He didn't touch computer before that. Well, maybe he touched it, but he didn't know what to do with it. And he was a big man, a successful man. He learned it at 81. By the time he was 83, he was like doing everything a proficient user would do. At 81 years old, he learned completely new thing, technology, because he was a man. Now, here is just one more thing, just example of how to go about life, which I learned on my own painful experience. You don't need, for example, you don't need a $1,000 golden ring, or 1,000 euro, if you're in Europe, golden ring. Because this is how we think, to be rich, to look rich, we need this, to buy this ring for $1,000 and show it to everybody around, right? With a rock, sapphire or diamond, or I don't know what it's, opal, amethyst, whatever it's out there. No, you don't. Because if 10 years something happens to you, temporary problems in your life, and we buy this out of fear. We want to show it to other people. Hey, I have a golden ring. Well, I also like golden rings. Okay, but once in a lifetime, more than once in a lifetime, I had to go to pawn shop and either sell it or get a loan. Guess what? $1,000 ring, and you get a loan for $500-600, no more than that. Half the price you bought it for. Why? Because the masterful work that's put into ring is not appreciated. It cannot be counted. Because they don't count rocks, like diamonds and stuff like that. They ignore them at pawn shops. They only measure gold itself, the weight of gold. The weight of gold. So when you buy a ring, you're paying for work, for rock, for everything, premium. But when you get it to the pawn shop, you get paid only for value of gold itself and nothing else. So you buy it for 1,000 and you can sell it only for 500, unless you sell it somehow on the internet and somebody decides to buy it, which is very hard to do. And in some countries, I think it's kind of not legal. I'm not sure. So instead of buying $1,000 gold, and this is how most people think, I suggest you buy a golden bullion from a bank or hopefully somewhere directly, like gold exchange or something like that. You spend that $1,000 to buy golden bullion, which is just pure gold with a probe on it, with a mark on it, okay, the quality of gold, and nothing else. No masterful work. It's not pretty, just a piece of gold. Actually, it looks pretty to me. That gold you bought today for $1,000, in 10 years may be worth $1,500 because it's only gold. So you buy it only, pay only for the weight of gold, and you sell or you loan it or pawn it only for this price of gold. And in 10 years, gold can go up 1.5 times. You see that's thinking? You see how thinking, right? How we should think. They make us think that we need to buy gold, golden rings. Yes, I like golden rings. I'd like to own more. But they're not telling us that we should also buy 50 golden rings and 50 golden bullions as investment. And this is what I'm saying is how we should think, how men should think for the future. Logically, not emotionally. Not out of fear and anxiety that, everybody will think we are poor. No. It's okay if everybody thinks you are poor, as long as you are not poor. But if you are poor and everyone thinks you are rich, I was there, trust me. It's nothing. It's not helpful. I know families who live 6 people in 2-bedroom apartment, but they drove new Mercedes. Okay? We're living on food stamps for some time, but then they drove new Mercedes. Because everybody around has to see that this guy, a man of the family, has like 4 kids. His kids are paid for by taxpayers' money, but he drives Mercedes. How stupid is that? That's stupid. That's our society. Don't be like that. So ring is pretty, but gold is valuable, like everybody else in life. Women too. Some women are pretty, but they're not valuable. Some women are not pretty, but they're very valuable as a friend, as a partner, and so on. And that's what you should seek. A friend and partner who can complement you and supplement and complement your life. Don't, it's jumping for pretty is for why I was talking about evolution. That's for young children. Oh, they see pretty thing. You're not young child. You're an adult man. You're a hunter. You don't hunt pretty. You hunt valuable meat. You don't hunt what's pretty, looks pretty, but has no meat. You hunt what has meat and can feed you and your family and sustain you. All right? So don't chase pretty. Don't chase Ferraris, promotions and stuff. Chase what's valuable, what can sustain you. Investments which you can pay off in the future. And not like gold. You can have small apartment. Live in small apartment. Okay, 1 room where you feel comfortable with your good wife, which is ready to live with you in a small apartment. She doesn't need 10-room house. She just wants you at home with her. And she's ready to sacrifice golden ring for buying golden bullion. You understand what this comes down to? That's unfortunately, if I knew all this stuff 30 years ago, I would have a different life. Yeah, I made mistakes. I could have worked at top companies. I rejected some positions. I kind of regret it now because I didn't recognize opportunities, and I rejected those opportunities because of anxiety and fear that I wouldn't be able to accomplish what they want from me, fear that I would miss another opportunity. It's all fear. All my mistakes I made because of fear and anxiety. So master your fear, and you can master your life completely. Now, why I'm saying all this? I think I want to teach a course about it. And I also think I want to motivate you. Come back, I will have more stuff. I will use some hypnotic techniques to motivate you, to make you feel better about yourself, to make you feel more confident, to make you feel more powerful. I will be posting them maybe on this page, maybe on another page. So it will be almost mystical, I promise you that. But it will work. Because you need patience. As long as you're ready to put some patience into it. It's going to take more than 1 day, more than 1 week to reprogram. I will reprogram you like I reprogrammed myself, and I get out of this stupid matrix. I get out of the stupid matrix, and I'm not dependent almost on anyone except one relative. Because that relative is my parent, and my parent cannot sustain it's, let's say, himself or herself right now. That's my only real dependency. Everybody else around me can sustain themselves at this point in life. So that's the only person I'm dependent on. And that's it. I will teach you how to be independent. I will teach you how to be independent of your fear. I will teach you how to feel better about yourself. I will teach you all those things. Come back. It will be interesting.